Something I wanted to talk about was subsets. So subsets have been around for a while, definitely in 7.11. I think prior to that a bit. You can find them in any visualization, so they're visualization specific. So when you go to the properties of a visual, you'll see right down near the end of the list, you'll see subsets here. And the default is the current filtering. Subsets really let you see what slice of data you're looking at currently. And the default, like I say, is to show you the current filtering. So as you filter, you'll just see the current filter rows. But there are other defaults there available, and you have options to add additional slices of data based on the marking or filtering schemes or expressions. So let's introduce it with some basics. Let's look at all data. So I'll turn on another slice of data in this visual, which is called all data. Once you use subsets, once you turn it on, you have to use it somewhere. So here I'm coloring by what the two different subsets are. So the current filtering is red, all data is blue. I'm going to change that to be a little bit lighter, so maybe a light gray in this case for all data. And the current filtering is red. It's not showing up right now because the current filtering shows all the data, and that has the very same shape and structure and content as the all data slice of the data set. But here, if I come in again and I do some filtering, you'll see a difference now. So now the all data is shown in light gray. And my filtering, my current filtered records, the ones that satisfy this filtering criteria here, are shown in red. And the nice thing about that now is as I apply my filtering, I can see where my rows fit in the context of the full data set. So maybe if they were all clustered down here, I could get a sense that they occupy this quadrant of the overall cloud of data. So you get to see the context, and you get to see the results in there as well. And you can use those subsets in lots of different ways. So here, if I didn't want to see it by color, I could separate them out, for example, into two panes, for example. Those sides. So I can see now, this is my current filtering, this is all. And if I were to my full data set, you'll see they match up. Another way you can use it, for example, is maybe if I create a bar chart here, and again, I come down to my, remember it's visualization specific. So I come down here and I say, I want to see the current filtering results. I want to see an all data result. And I'm going to add one more. I want to see marking in here as well. So if I come in here and say, I want to use, let's say I want to use marking. Okay. And let me just come in here and I'll remove my subsets from trellising here. Just to tidy this up a little bit. I'll just, so I'm going to turn off the subsets in here. Okay, so I see all my data. Just want to make sure I'm using marking. Yep, great. So down here, I'm going to use subsets. I'm going to put it on the axis. So actually, you can pick it up here and just drag it down. So I'm going to put it down there. So I've got a bar showing me the results for all data and a bar showing me the results for current filtering. And what I'm going to look at is my average assay result for the different selections. So now when I come in here and I filter for only compounds that have a high density, you'll see that those compounds above, let's say, let me enter a threshold. I can double click this lower limit here, pop in 100. Actually have a lower, they're averaging at about 24,500 results for the assay, and the average for the whole data set is 27,948. But I can also come in here and make a selection, for example, of all these records at the top here. And then I can see what's the average assay result here for my marking as well. So now I'm looking at the average for everything, the average for the current filtered group, which is this 29 rows over here, and then the average for my markings in there. So a nice way in a single visual to look at different slices of the same data set and engaging with it through the filtering and through the marking and through the drill down. So something to maybe experiment with there. And all of these usually have the complement as well. So when you come in here, for example, and maybe you don't want to look at all data, I'll turn off my marking here and turn off all data. Maybe you want to look at your filter, your current filtering versus what's not in the current filtering. Okay, so everything that's not in the current filtering, and that will be these 30 odd rows versus the other 900 and 920 rows of data. So not having those included in the all data, my filtering and everything that's not in the filtering. So another way to look at it. So something to explore there around subsets.